Well, it's a cold Friday night. There's a lot of people here. It must be Monroe Central versus Beallsville, Dale.
It must be, I tell you, tremendous. All kinds of things going on. I can't even talk for all the stuff going on in the middle of the field. We got fire, we got the devil over there spraying it out. This is what it's all about, I guess, Coach.
Well, unfortunately, at times, all the hype and stuff, things get a little bit carried away. And I think this year, more so than recent years, things have been carried a little bit to the extreme by some of the people in both communities. And you really hate to see that.
You hate to see that. There's no excuse for that on either side. And, Coach, what this is all about is young men standing on both sides of the field with a 7-2 record on the far side and a 9-0 record on this side. And they're here to play ball. That's what it's all about.
It's always been an excellent rivalry. You know, it's always been a well-played, clean football game, and let's hope that tonight's the same thing. You know, basically, this is a playoff game where the winner of this game advances while the loser season ends. And for the Seminoles, this is a playoff game for the second week in a row. You know, the field conditions are not very good. The field is very soft. From the stands, it looks very nice right now, but it's not going to take long to get tore up. You can see where the warm-ups occurred by the players, that a lot of tracks out there, and the field is just not in very good shape.
As we had the captains at the center of the field, and we will be kicking. Seminole, Beallsville, the Blue Devils will be receiving.
I do not see the signal, but in all likelihood that means Beallsville won the toss, because the Seminoles, most of the time when they win the toss, has elected to take the ball rather than defer to the second half. So it appears that the Devils won the toss in, since they will be getting the ball first. Luke Shoemaker to go out and kick off. And the Blue Devils will put the ball up in the air quite a bit, but their running game also is very capable. We'll try to highlight on some of their players as we go.
Number 22, Ryan Caldwell, right in the middle of that deep man. Number 34, Rick Mead. And on this side, we have Tyler Davis, the deep man for the Beallsville Blue Devils. And we're just about to get this one underway. It's a cold evening.
A lot of people around town, this is probably, as they're watching us right now, this is probably the third time that they've watched the game, having watched the game live, watched the Channel 9 replay on Friday evening, and then watched, hopefully will stick with us. Ohio State doesn't play until 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, so hang with us. Luke Shoemaker preparing to kick off. Caldwell, Mead, and Davis are deep, and we're underway.
Nice kick.
Caldwell is 12. As a whole, it'll be brought down by Robinson across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Nice return by Ryan Caldwell.
The Devils offensively led by sophomore quarterback Colby Street, number 4. Number 22, Ryan Caldwell, senior wideout. Also a key performer, number 32, Jason Abrig, and number 34, Rick Mead. They'll send unbalanced left, wide receivers both sides. Mead, the tailback in motion. They'll fake, and Street will keep, get outside with running room, and brought down by number 24. Number 24, Trigg, and then assisted by 44, Shoemaker. It looked like he had some running room. That's giving him a couple to the 34.
His running room was taken away there quickly by Trigg, number 24.
We're trying to mention some of the Beallsville offensive line performers. Number 52 is Hudson. Number 59, Wallace. We'll set the others as we go. Second down, 8. Caldwell in motion. They're going to try the quick out, and it's complete to Caldwell. And it's good for the first down, making the reception right in front of Trigg.
Nice pattern there run by Caldwell, as he's very capable of catching the ball. Caldwell's done a nice job, and he done that slant pattern. The pass was right there. Nice reception. First down at the 45-yard line.
First down of the evening. The Devils will go in their spread formation once again with 2 receivers wide to the right side. No confusion as 2 guys went in motion. But they correct that. Now they'll give to their fullback, Abrick. And we have a flag down.
We do have a flag right here in front of us. I would assume that's...
And with two guys in motion, that's an illegal formation, or illegal shift. Even though they were set before the snap, that is a penalty. The gain by Abrick of only a couple of yards. But the Seminoles,
they're just moving on that shift. Little misunderstanding, so that's a...
The penalty will be declined, so the Abrick gain of 2 yards will stand. 2nd down and 8. Twins receivers to the left this time by the Devils. Motion by Caldwell. Street drops, throwing a quick slant, complete. And that's a tough throw and a tough catch right there.
Tremendous catch by Ryan Caldwell. As that ball looked like it didn't have a chance of being caught, and Ryan diving to the ground and picking that up at the 39-yard line.
So the defensive line will need to get their hands in the air. Try to bat one of those down.
Pretty good pressure on the quarterback, Colby Street there, but got the ball away.
The Devils have a very quick, short passing game such as we've seen, so it's really tough to get some sacks. Street drops the throw again. This time he gets some pressure. He's going deep. He's got a man, Caldwell, and the ball is just out of his fingertips. Robinson on coverage.
Ball was overthrown. He had beaten Robinson there just by a couple steps.
And I believe Brewer had some pressure on and hit the quarterback Street just as he delivered the ball. But Caldwell was open. And you can see by him coming back to the huddle, the mud on the front of his jersey very wet down in the corners of this field. So 2nd down and 10. This time Davis and Caldwell come wide right with eyes in the backfield. Caldwell in motion. Street to throw once again. He has some pressure, gets it off deep, and the ball will be incomplete. Robinson and Kress.
Off the fingertips of Robinson that time, I believe.
Intended for Caldwell, and they will go for Ryan Caldwell most of the time. 3rd and 10.
If we hadn't run out of field, Coach, I believe that might have been interception there by Dustin Robinson. He was in position.
The best coverage so far of the evening. They had the receiver covered front and back. Very tough for that pass to be completed. Robinson nearly intercepting the ball. 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Big defensive stance here for the Seminoles. And you can hear the crowd into this.
Street to throw once again. The quick out for Caldwell, complete. At the 24-yard line, 1st down Seminoles. I'm sure everybody in the stands is saying, well, cover him. Well, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
It's a very sophisticated passing game that Beallsville runs. And, you have a good quarterback like Street and a very quick receiver that can run precise patterns like Caldwell. It can be tough to stop. So the Devils threatening at the 24-yard line on their initial possession. Street to run the option. He's going to be hit. Ball's loose, and it flies.
Seminoles
will have the football. The last man up with the football appears to be number 20, Robinson. But Street was hit as he went to pitch the ball and threw the timing off. Meade could not handle it, and the ball was loose, and the Devils, after marching down the field, will be stopped with a turnover. And I heard Coach Caldwell on the radio just before I came out tonight, and he said that, you eliminate penalties and turnovers in a game like this. Well, they've already had a penalty and a turnover. So the Seminoles will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Pitch to Robinson, not much, maybe a yard.
He was met first by Rick Meade, slowing him up, and 3 other white jerseys on the tackle.
The Seminoles will have basically the same lineup as they've had offensively all year, with Kramer and Weddle alternating the plays. Quarterback Kress, along with other backs, Robinson and Shoemaker. Make the gain a yard to the 34, 2nd and 9. The Option pitch to Robinson. He has some running room to the right side. About 5 yards before he's brought down by Street. And Meade.
Just up over the 40-yard line.
3rd and a little more than 3. I thought once the adrenaline got flowing here, once we started the game, maybe it would warm up. But I was wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong, Coach.
I'm standing here and I'm about shaking. I hope they can't, the whole press box isn't vibrating with our shaking up here, because it's very chilly up here in this wind. 3rd down, a short 4. A power look in the backfield to counter to Shoemaker, nothing. He'll get hit at the line of scrimmage by number 52, Hudson. He'll get help from number 9, Stewart. 3 and out on the first series by the Seminoles. And Kramer will go into punt formation.
Kramer averaging a little better than 30 yards a punt, and it'd be nice to get a good one here.
The wind is basically a cross-blend wind blowing right into our face, so it'll kind of affect the kicking game going both directions. Low pressure, and not a bad kick. It's just going to hit and bounce, and Caldwell will scoop it up on the 23-yard line. Get
nice
a block
there on Weddle.
Be brought down on the far side. Looked like John Shoemaker on the tackle.
Looked like Weddle had a good chance of getting to Ryan Caldwell, and Dunn, number 71, Brian Dunn, putting a hit on him. I'm sorry, Dirk Godfeldy.
Number 71, Godfeldy, on a program change from our original list. So the Devils' second possession. Their first series moving well, stopped by a fumble. And Street will throw once again. Across the middle and complete to the tight end, number 9. That is Chris Stewart. Shoemaker on the tackle. The pick up to the 31-yard line.
They continue to be successful with that little quick hitter on the slant pattern.
About 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 3. Couple of games when the Devils struggled early in the year, was when Street was not playing quarterback. He was out with a broken thumb, and it really changed their offensive play calling. Caldwell goes in motion. Street drops straight back. He's going deep for Caldwell. He's got him, and he just overthrown. Ludwig, the closest defender, and that was Tyler Davis, number 1. Tyler Davis, number 1, was the intended receiver.
And he did again have a couple steps. If the ball had been there, just a little overthrown.
This is really the first time that Ludwig has been tested back in the secondary since he became a starter. And he'll be tested very much this evening. Because just when you think, they're only going to throw to one guy, then they'll slide another guy deep, such as that, and nearly a big play. Caldwell wide left as the flanker. The split end Davis to the right. Street wants to throw. He's got some pressure, and it's complete. Stewart brought down by Kress. Another first down for the Devils. Again, it looked like number 40, Sam Scott, had a little bit of pressure, but Street hanging right in there with that pressure and delivering the ball right on the money once again.
Yeah, real good pressure. I thought Sam might be getting to him that time, but I think that will come as the evening wears on.
5.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Devils on their second possession, moving the ball for the second time. They'll give to Abrick.
Nice Shoemaker.
Makes the play. No gain, possibly a loss.
Yeah, I believe he's lost maybe a couple. Well, they're leaving them up. Yeah, back. About loss of 1. Luke Shoemaker diving through and got him before he got any head of steam.
They'll put the ball on the 47-yard line in Beallsville territory. Most teams use the run to set up the pass. Beallsville basically uses the pass to set up their run. Meade and Caldwell wide. Street back. He wants to throw deep for Stewart, and incomplete.
Dustin Robinson trying to go up and do the hat trick there, picking the ball out of the air, and knocked it away at least.
That's always been a favorite pattern of Coach Caldwell's, that little tight end seam where they just release the tight end down the middle of the field once they get your attention to the outside receivers. And it's been a big play for the Devils for many years. That time the ball was kind of hung up in the air and was broken up by Robinson.
Pretty good coverage there, too. We had 3 men in the area. And, of course, Dustin knocking that ball away.
3rd and 11. Street drops. He wants to throw. The quick slant for Caldwell. Incomplete. The ball was tipped up front and then hit the ground. Caldwell got it on the short hop, but the signal incomplete by the back judge who was right on the play. That's where fifth official comes in handy right there. So,
yeah, because that was hard to see from my angle. I wasn't sure. I thought he had quick hopped it there, but knocked it away.
So the Devils go into punt formation. Street, the punter. Kramer and Robinson deep. It's a good snap. And he'll aim for the out-of-bounds line on the right side. That's a very short punt. It'll go out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Only about a 20-yard kick by Street as he was trying to angle the ball away from Robinson. And as we've said before, a lot of times that happens when you try to angle that ball away. You know, a lot of times you hit the ball off the side of the foot and you don't get a very good kick. And only
we're going to
about
have
a 20-yard kick.
Position here, Coach, as we're at the 33-yard line. Our second possession of the evening.
Yes. I think Colby may have slipped just a little bit as he tried to step into that kick also, and that didn't help things. So Kress gives to Shoemaker nothing. Very tough going in the early moments of this game, up the middle. Shoemaker was the ball carrier.
I believe one of the...
Looks like Meade and Stewart on the tackle, and Rick Meade will be in a lot of plays. Unfortunately, we remember Rick Meade well from last year. He's the young man that blocked the potential tying extra point of the game last year at Beallsville. Both ends tight, power eye. Robinson, he's in the running room. He's the 50, he cuts it back. He's the 45-yard line before being brought down by Street and Glock-40. And the first big gain of the evening for Monroe Central.
Real nice hole on that far side. It's a
about
nice
22 yards for Robinson. The first down. Well, that's happened last week. You know, the Seminoles, 3 plays and out on their first possession, but then that second possession they were able to get a couple things together and move the ball. Now, granted, that's just one play, but you're into Devil territory for the first time at the 45-yard line.
A lot of this is momentum and how you feel about the game. Again, Robinson nice hole again, breaking it to the outside, and he's close to a first down, and he's got it. Ryan Caldwell there hanging on to his shirt tail.
But another 12 yards by Robinson and another first down.
Caldwell, Meade, and another player I didn't get the number on. Beautiful job as they found a seam on that far side.
And on the right side of the offensive line, that's Manoa Geese, along with Chad Yoho and Trevor Friday on the right side of the line. Power eye once again. We'll try it again with Robinson. Not as much this time, a couple of yards. Caldwell on the tackle. He had some help.
Didn't see a number there, but
give Robinson a couple of yards to the 32.
Hudson, number 52.
Second down and 8. We've not seen the Seminoles go up top in the passing game as of yet. 2:20 remaining first period. And here's the first pass. Leisure complete. Street makes the hit at the 25-yard line. Very short gain. Some 7 yards, 6 yards possibly to the 25. That'll bring up third down and
short.
A little more than a yard. So just speak about the no passing. We see Kress go up top for the first time tonight, complete.
Almost like you calling that one, Coach.
Keith started to turn back in and took a pretty good hit from Street, but he seems to be all right.
That's the one thing you will see in tonight's ball game. There's will be a lot of crisp hitting. Big play here on the offense.
Robinson with a dive, breaks a tackle for 4 yards, First down to the 21-yard line. Glockfeldy on the tackle, along with Hudson and Street.
Looked like that play was a broken play from the beginning, and Robinson picked up good yardage for a first down.
He broke the tackle of looked like number 59. That's Vince Wallace at the line of scrimmage, and once he was able to get through that, he picked up nearly 5 yards for the first down. The ball just shy of the 20. A minute 10 remaining, first period. Shoemaker
brings it to the outside. He's got a little running room. Still on his feet.
Inside the 10-yard line, Luke Shoemaker. The play designed to go inside. Shoemaker just bouncing it outside the running room. We saw him do that a couple of times last week against Frontier, and that seemed to open things up quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely nothing there, and he just bounced it outside and with some good speed.
Put the ball at the 8-yard line. First down, goal. 50 seconds remaining, first period. If we don't get it on this play, we'll go to the other end where the footing is a little bit better to our right. Shoemaker on the pitch. He'll cut it up. He's inside the 5 to the 3.
Like the 3-yard line.
Street on another tackle. You don't like to see your secondary people making that many tackles if you're Coach Dave Caldwell and Coach Vic Wallace over on the Beallsville side.
That's not a good sign. Hopefully here with 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter, we may get one play.
Seminoles come to the line as we just move inside 10, and it looks like we probably will get a play off. Just ahead of the clock, Robinson on the second man through, very near the goal line.
Going to be very close.
That's going to bring it to the end of the first period. Robinson, the ball carrier, just short of the goal line. So the end of the first period, Seminoles threatening with the score, Beallsville nothing, Monroe Central nothing.
Just like the Monroe Central Seminoles, you can be a winner at Loveday Motors.
Win big with Loveday's large selection of new or used cars, trucks, and vans. Win big with service after the sale. Loveday's in Woodsfield takes pride in their community and in their dedication to serving you.
Be a winner at Loveday Motors.
These days, it seems like everyone is looking for a bargain. You can spend a lot of time shopping for high quality and low prices, even for gasoline. Red Hat in Woodsfield has 100% pure gasoline at low prices. While you're there, save on car care products, including oil, fluids, additives, and more. Soft drinks are discounted every day at the Red Hat. Stock up on your favorite pop and snacks. Even Fido gets a break with Champion Dog Food at big savings. So stop at the Red Hat today and save.
The F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency was established in 1903. They have 3 agents and 3 customer service representatives to give you the kind of service you deserve. Being an independent insurance agency means they represent different companies, allowing them to compare for you. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, life, bonds, business, or farms, contact F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency at 472-0876.
Period number 2 ready to go. Seminoles third down and the foot from the end zone. Power formation in the backfield. Shoemaker, nothing going. He did not get the foot that he needed. That's going to bring up fourth down. Well, Dale, no decision here. Fourth down and a foot.
No, none whatsoever in this game. You know, you got to push it in right now.
Chris Demmerling in with the play. Sam Haynes checking out. Fourth down and less than a yard to go. One of the few times this year where Luke's not been able to get 1 foot. We have a slot formation. Chris to keep. Will not make it. He's hitting the backfield by Abrig. Number 32, Jason Abrig. The play was the option. That's a play I like down close to the goal line, but Abrig just got a hand on Cress's foot, a loss of a couple of 3 yards, And Beallsville has made the first big defensive stand of the night, stopping the Seminoles at the goal line. They'll take over now at their own 3-yard line.
The only good part about this, they are deep. And hopefully we can get some good defense here. Get some pressure on the quarterback.
They'll toss a little momentum to the Beallsville side of the field. 3 wide receivers, Street to throw from his own end zone. Going deep down the middle. Intercepted! Jason Ludwig. His first interception of the year.
And it's a big one, Coach.
The Devils gambling, throwing out of their own end zone. I think the intended receiver may have been Abrig. I'm not real sure of the intended receiver, but Ludwig right there made the interception at the 28-yard line. The Seminoles right back in business. So whatever momentum happened to go to the Beallsville side is on its way back
this
to the
side.
Monroe Central side. Slot to the left. Crest to throw. Under some pressure. He gets it out to Shoemaker on the screen. He'll step away from the receiver and get inside the 25-yard line.
A short pickup there, but it looked disastrous as good pressure on the quarterback. I'm not too sure who the pressure was coming from, whether that was Abrick or Meade. Luke able to pick up, looks like they're going to mark it 3 yards.
They're just shy of the nose of the football, right at the 25-yard line. Glockfeldy was out and had a hand on Shoemaker and slowed him down from his right defensive end position. The Devils reading that screen very well and making the play. So 2nd down and 7.
Dustin again.
Robinson, the second man. 3 yards to about the 22.
Looked like Ryan, I'm not too sure. Ryan Caldwell possibly. Not much going up that middle. The defensive line of Beallsville standing the test.
So 3rd down now and about 4.
A long 4.
22-yard line. Wishbone formation. Crest to throw, has some pressure. He throws a complete.
Nice catch.
Kramer out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And that's a Seminole first down.
First down.
That's a great job by Joe Crest.
He was under pressure and got that ball away. Nice catch by Kramer as he was had good pressure. There was Ryan Caldwell taking him out of bounds, but we're back in business. First down.
Crest running away from the pressure, doing a good job finding a receiver. And Kramer forced out of bounds at the 12-yard line for a big 3rd down conversion. 9:04 remaining in the 2nd period. We're still scoreless. Robinson,
nice hole for Dustin.
Big hole inside the 5. Near the 4-yard line.
I believe that's Tyler Davis on the stop, number 1.
8 yards on the play for Robinson to the 4-yard line. 2nd down. And timeout, Beallsville. Okay. We'll take our first timeout in the evening, and we'll be right back.
Tom and Steve of Weber's Pharmacy were born and raised in our area and care about you and your family. Over the years, they've served our community with after-hours emergency service, quality products, and competitive prices. Friendly staff and that special hometown touch. With that same spirit of hometown pride, John and Steve wish the Monroe Central Seminole teams and coaching staff good luck for a safe and successful season. Remember Weber's Pharmacy for all your healthcare needs. You're not just a member of Weber's Pharmacy, you're part of the family. Before winter stops you in your tracks, stop by Monroe Tire Center, 314 Mill Street. At Monroe Tire, you get top quality tires with fast, dependable, and courteous service. We have computerized balancing and four-wheel alignment, specializing in front-end work, including shocks and struts. Our services also include brake work with free brake inspection. We carry a full line of Summit tires, but are able to supply most other brands that you may want. Custom wheels and batteries are also available. Whether it's new, used, or retreads, stop in for all your tire needs. For honest, dependable service, call Monroe Tire Center at 472-5188.
That's head coach Dave Caldwell out talking during that timeout to his defensive troops, trying to urge them on to another big defensive stand. Just moments ago, they stopped the Seminoles at the goal line. They're now 2nd down and 2 from the 4-yard line. Chris, the keep.
He's in there.
Touchdown, Joe Kress. The Seminoles on the board at 8:40 remaining in the half. And there's that option play I said before. I like the option down at the goal line. It didn't work before. Somebody shot in there and got a hold of Kress's foot. That time he went out, a little fake pitch, and stepped up inside and right in the end zone for a 4-yard run for Kress to put the Seminoles on the board. Ledwig to hold, extra point, the snap is good, the kick is down and right through there.
And it's through there, Coach.
So the interception by Ledwig, the second turnover by the Blue Devils tonight is turned into points, and the Seminoles on the board first, leading 7-0.
Tremendous job, Coach. As, the last time down, we had our opportunity and they were able to come up and stop us. And Caldwell turned what looked like momentum for them, disaster, by throwing that interception. And now we're right back, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. We're up 7-0, and that's more like it. Hopefully the tide has turned here.
Shoemaker will prepare to kick off. A couple of turnovers by the Blue Devils, and as I mentioned earlier, you want to stay away from turnovers anytime, but in a big game like this, and a turnover to the Devils cost them 7 points. As they took a gamble throwing out of their own end zone. And interception by Ledwig, giving the Seminoles excellent field position. Caldwell is deep with Meade and Davis.
A tremendous atmosphere as this place is packed, Coach. It's been this way since a little after 5 o'clock, actually.
Listen, people, got to be cold out here. It's been here for a long time, and we're not even at halftime yet. Caldwell on his 12-yard line, up the middle. He's going to be hit and brought down. I see number 74, Norton, in that play.
Looks like 21.
Along with 21, Josh Jones.
Freshman Josh Jones.
At the 25-yard line, so very good coverage by the Seminoles. And the Devils will put the ball in play at their own 25.
The special teams just keep getting better and better. I've been impressed with the way they get down on that play.
A little bit of inconsistency on the kickoff coverage many times this year, but it was improved the last couple of weeks. So the Devils now, I'm sure the ball will be in the air with no backs. Street to throw. He's going deep once again. And intercepted by Robinson. Dustin Robinson. He had it all the way. The third Beallsville turnover. And maybe Coach Caldwell getting a little bit greedy there, trying to get it all back in a hurry. Robinson was down there and made the interception at the 39-yard line. Seminole taking over once again.
That ball really had no chance. It was up in the air and Justin had it in his sights all the way. He was the closest man to it. Looked like it was turned to him, in fact.
I believe Robinson had the earlier fumble recovery. Now another interception. He would be the team leader in interceptions. The Seminoles back in business offensively now at the 39-yard line. And Robinson, he'll get a couple across the 40. Tough going there. Meade and Wallace on the tackle.
That play, just like the touchdown play, made possible in part by Luke Shoemaker making a dive through that middle. He draws a lot of attention, and you fake the ball to Luke up the middle, and that opens it up just a little bit on that outside.
2 yards for Robinson to the 41. Second down, 8. Blue Devils in a 6-man front on the line. Kramer, first carry of the evening. He's to the 45-yard line. 4 yards for Eric in his first carry. Bringing up third down and about 4.
Davis and Street, I believe, one or the other or both on the stop. First carry for Kramer, and nice job.
Slot formation left, backs in the eye, third down for the Seminoles. They'll pitch to Robinson. He'll be hit in the backfield and brought down. That's Abrig on the play. And Robinson will
Dustin had a blocker. Luke Shoemaker was out in front, but Averett just busting through and caught him before he could get around that corner.
The ball at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Robinson. 4th and 4. The Seminoles will punt for the second time tonight. Kramer in punt formation. Single deep back for the Devils is Caldwell. Street a little bit shorter. Snaps a little bit high, but time to get it off very high. Over to the sideline. Caldwell to his own 20-yard line. Trying to reverse pattern. Trying to get back the other way. Cross that. Joe Kress and Jamie Brewer. There's a flag on the play. We do have a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what this is all about. I don't think anybody knows that this flag is down. A holding penalty against Monroe Central. And that's going to force the Seminoles to kick the ball again. About a 35-yard kick by Kramer with a -3-yard return. But all for naught. As we'll get that back and do it again. And I'm a little bit of pressure from the right side of the Seminole line. And someone over there flagged for holding. So the step off will now put the ball 10 yards from the line, or 10 yards from the point of the foul. That's going to move it back to about the 30-yard line. So instead of the Devils taking over at their own 17, we'll see what happens, as they probably will get a little bit better field position.
You might look for some pressure here on the kick also.
Across the center, and good kick.
Another nice one.
Nicely done. At the 31-yard line, Caldwell has it. He steps away from one tackler. He'll be brought down. Couldn't see what happened on the far side. It's going to be about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line. So the 10-yard step off by the Seminoles is going to gain about 20 yards for the Devils. 5:18 remaining before half.
We have the officials talking again here. I
believe we do have a flag on the play. I thought I saw a clip. I thought I saw a clip against Chris Demmerling. Demmerling being clipped right there, and I didn't see the flag go down, but it did. So the teams take turns with penalties.
And this is a big play, though. You just stop and think now. Beallsville, after the penalty, you thought they'd get the ball in good field position, and they backed themselves up literally where they were before.
The Devils are still gaining about 6 yards, but it's still not as good a field position as they hoped. Street to throw once again, and he's under some pressure. And Chris Demmerling will make the play.
Good chance to practice that dance, Chris. Great job as he burst through and got to the quarterback, Street.
Technically, that would not be a sack because it's a gain of a yard, but still, great play right there, and that's better than a long completion. Some good pressure in the play by Demmerling. 2nd down, 9 for the Devils. They have 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Street to throw again. He's going to come out here with Caldwell. Incomplete.
Wide open. Ball might have been just a little behind, but
3rd and 9. As we talked many times last week, Dale, about that 3rd and long situation. If you're a defense, that's the kind of spot you like to put the other team in early in the game. Frontier was getting some nice short yardage situations last week, and then all of a sudden there's nothing but 3rd and long and advantage defense. So here tonight, a couple of times, the Blue Devils have been forced to go out 3rd and long. This is 3rd and 9. Street will throw again. He's going to get a little bit of pressure right to the outside.
It's loose and
tries to get the ball to Tyler Davis. The ball is incomplete. It looked for an instant like Street may have some running room. He elected to try to hit Davis across the middle, incomplete. So with 4:15 remaining in the first half, the Blue Devils will be forced to punt the ball away.
I think Street saw that running room and figured he wasn't going to get enough yards for the first down, trying to hit Davis there in the middle of the field and just a little short as it was a rushed pass.
Street
Maybe he's cold like us though, Coach.
I'm sure. And plus trying to throw back across the body, tough move. But Colby Street will be back in punt formation. His snap is good. And again,
another short kick.
The line of scrimmage was a 23-yard line. They're going to put the ball out of bounds at the 28-yard line, a 5-yard punt. Time and time again. I think you'd be better off and take your chances with some coverage, but
I would certainly think so. That kind of shooting yourself in the foot here.
We've seen a lot of people try that during the year. And
we got 4 minutes, Coach. We got time for another score here as we're in great field position.
The teams will keep kicking the ball out of bounds. I guess we'll let them. So, slot formation left. Robinson.
Nice hole. And he skirts through. He's caught there by Ryan Caldwell, I believe, who gets a hand on him. But not before good yardage.
Robinson, the workhorse so far this evening. His yardage starting to build up. He's up over 60 yards, 68 yards so far. And, Devils kind of stacked in there, taking the power game away. So a little fake.
They're bound determined to stop the power, and you can't stop both, hopefully.
The Valley Series has been very good to the Seminoles all year. And they'll give it to Robinson on the toss. Again, a little tough going that time.
Ryan Caldwell again,
20
around his
line.
feet. And Meade, they give credit also.
They'll put the ball at the 21-yard line, 3rd and call it 3. We've reached the 3-minute mark of time remaining. Another big 3rd down for the Seminoles. Crest option. He'll pitch it to Robinson. He'll play it through. He'll play back again. Touchdown, Dustin Robinson. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
The flag is in a place where it doesn't look real good either, Coach.
I'm afraid that's going to come back. That's going to be holding against Monroe Central.
So another beautiful play called back by holding here. I believe that might be the second penalty against the Seminoles, if I count right.
After the exchange of penalties on the punt just recently, now all of a sudden, the penalties becoming a big factor, and it is a holding call. Flag thrown in the middle of the line there, so that'll back it up. 3rd down and 9 with the ball now resting at the 28-yard line.
Big scoring potential there, taken away, 2:45.
Plus field position, that hurts also. Crest to throw. He's going to the corner of the end zone for Leisure. Touchdown! Keith Leisure.
Colby Street on the spot.
Frazier is cleaned. Leisure picking himself up very slowly out of the muddy baseball field. There's a touchdown. Seminoles. Joe Crest put the ball right over Lenny. Looked like Leisure may have gotten the ball turned a little bit the wrong way, but he made the play. About 28 yards, I believe. 29 yards. 29
Just
yards.
a tremendous play, Coach. The ball had to be right there on the fingertips, and Leisure had to bring it down because he was covered.
It's good. Snap is a little bit high. Ledwick does a nice job getting it down. Crest is kicked right through with 2:37 remaining in the first half. 14-0 Seminoles.
That's more like it, Coach.
And I'll tell you, that's also a mark of a good team and a good offense to be able to overcome a problem such as a penalty and come right back on the next play and put it in the end zone.
And that so often happens with Coach Sarkosta's team. He's able to get the kids motivated to the point where they understand their role, they understand what it takes to get the job done. Just a tremendous job.
In a couple of weeks since Keith had been able to get to the end zone, I believe he had 7 touchdowns receiving the first 7 games. He'd been shut out as far as the end zone the last couple of weeks. So nice to get him back in the end zone. I think touchdown number 8 by Leisure. And I believe touchdown pass number 12 by Kress. 14-0 Seminoles, 2:37 remaining first half. So now defensively come out and make a nice stand here and go to the locker room with a 2-touchdown lead and hopefully get warmed up.
Hopefully we can get warmed up.
Shoemaker to kick, Caldwell deep. That's a very high kick, but it's
Nice
a little
kick.
short. Caldwell at the 16-yard line. Trying to get the middle to the 35-yard line. He'll be brought down by Knowlton. So decent field position for the Beallsville Blue Devils.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. You don't want them to have a big play here, a big series of plays. You just want to play good, solid defense, go into the locker room with your 14-point cushion here and come back and play a second half.
You know, this is as good a field position as Beallsville has had to start a possession since early in the game. Now, because they had one possession started at their own 3-yard line. Street will give him a draw to feed. He'll be brought down by Kramer. A little different angle there. It's been a long time since we've seen the Devils with a called run.
I believe that might be third, maybe fourth at the most.
Very few running plays by Beallsville thus far. We're inside 2 minutes.
4 running plays, Roger says. I knew there couldn't have been too many.
We are, as I say, inside 145. Beallsville 2 timeouts remaining. They send 2 receivers to the right side. And Street wants to throw down the middle, and guess what? Intercepted by Robinson once again.
Has some blocking.
He's down quickly. He's winning hard.
That's the big play we want to see.
Dustin Robinson. And maybe a backbreaker. 62 yards. 62 yards. We took a poll back here between Brother Roger and Rich Gibson for the Times leader, and they had a better look probably than we did. 62 yards. Couple blocks on our far side, and if that could be a backbreaker.
It sure could, Coach.
That's 4 turnovers for Beallsville in the first half, 3 interceptions. Chris's kick splits up beautifully.
21-0, Coach. And we were just talking about not letting Beallsville come out and get that big play. And they went for it. And Dustin right there, and he went back and scored. I don't know how many plays. That was a first place in scrimmage, second place in scrimmage. They had the draw, 2 plays in scrimmage, and we still got 1:23 remaining in this first half.
21-0 Seminoles.
You gotta love it, Coach.
Last 7 times the Devils have went to the air has resulted in 4 incompletions and 3 interceptions. 2 by Robinson, 1 by Ludwig, and Allen by Robinson, 62 yards to the end zone.
So Dustin had quite an evening here. He's had 2 interceptions so far and a
fumble recovery. That's the bulk of the work offensively as far as carrying the ball. And I'm not too sure. That may be the first touchdown recorded by the defense this year. If I'm wrong, somebody will correct me next week. So, seems like we were here just moments ago. Now Joe Kress will try the kick and give Shoemaker's leg a break. And it's a squib kick on the ground, and the ball is still loose, and finally recovered by Blue Devil.
Abrick, I believe, on falling on the ball.
It is Jason Abrick, a senior, their fullback. So with 1:23 left, pretty decent field position for Beallsville, but it seems like we said that just a moment ago. Clock running. 38-yard line for the Blue Devils.
I'm sure we know where this ball will go as Colby Street takes the snap.
They're going to give the ball to me. Well, fortunately, Kramer and Weddle were not crossed up there.
They weren't crossed up.
It will be about a 5-yard pickup for Meade, as maybe Coach Caldwell is going to try to get to halftime and do a little bit of damage control from the locker room.
I'm sure he needs to talk to his young sophomore quarterback and reassure him that he is capable. He's done a job all year long, and as a sophomore, you know, they have 2 more years of this young gentleman.
No backs in the backfield, straight back. He's got some pressure. He'll be hit.
He's stepping away.
And he'll have the first down. Dimmerly and Kramer will run him down over the far side. Just crossed midfield, but a couple of Seminoles had a chance to get him. And Street showed some pretty good speed.
He showed some of his athleticism here.
The clock stops to move the chains, and the Devils will call a timeout. They'll have 1 remaining with 33 seconds left.
Well, Coach, it's a lot like last week. You know, who would have thought it at the halftime, a 21-0 score. You know, we were hoping that we'd come out and get a good offensive surge by the line and a good job by the Seminoles, but 21-0, I wouldn't have really predicted that first half.
The major difference, I think, being the turnovers that have led to the points. And
as Coach Caldwell, as you were saying beforehand, you know, on the radio, saying, you know, you got to keep that down, and he was exactly right.
Yeah, that's one thing you really hate to see. And I'm sure now, though, with that good scramble by Street on that previous play with 33 seconds left, and now in Seminole territory at the 47-yard line, he's going to maybe give it a shot and go deep again, because now, even with an interception, most likely the Seminoles will just go in at halftime. So we'll see what happens. They have a single back in the backfield. Street to throw. He is going deep. And knocked down.
Knocked away.
Guess who defensively? Number 20, Dustin Robinson. Against the intended receiver, Davis. 2nd and 10. 26 seconds before halftime. How many number 20s are out there in the Seminole jerseys?
Seems like right now there must be a bunch.
But, you know,
Dustin not very big in stature, but I tell you what, a tremendous young man and quite a ball player.
We've talked different times. I know Coach Acosta and Lance have talked on the show about this senior group, and this is when your seniors really rise to the top. The last 2 weeks are prime examples of the seniors rising to the occasion. Street to throw again. He's going to step up nicely in the pocket. There's Caldwell. He's going to be brought down by Ludwig at the 20-yard line with 16 seconds left. Clock stopping to move the chains. We'll see what the Devils do. It's a nice job by Street stepping up right there, and Beallsville will spend their last time out. A super job by Colby Street stepping up away from pressure and delivering a bullet to Ryan Caldwell across the middle, and it's a big gain. The ball on the 21-yard line, that play will go for some 26 yards, and Ludwig perhaps saving a touchdown.
Yeah, because Caldwell with good speed, probably as good a speed as anyone on the field, and getting that open field, but he was brought down there quite rudely by Ludwig. And they still got 16 seconds on the clock. Hopefully the Seminole defense can hold here.
Beallsville is out of timeouts, as I mentioned, with 16 seconds remaining. But they're in position to make a couple throws to the end zone, and they could probably get at least 3 plays off if it's an incomplete pass or an out-of-bounds situation.
We'll see if one or the other of those number 20s might come up with another big play.
So Coach Singleton back to the Seminole sideline. Coach Dave Caldwell back to the Blue Devils sideline. 1st and 10. 2 backs in the backfield, this time by Beallsville. Caldwell and Davis wide. Street to throw. Good pressure. He's going to step away from pressure and get out of bounds on the far side as they'll go flying into the fence over there. The Beallsville sideline winning a late hit flag over there, and we're a long way off.
Looked like just momentum of the players. No flag.
That play took some 7 seconds. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. The ball at the 17-yard line, 9 seconds remaining. The Street did get out of bounds.
Real good pressure, though, on Colby Street. And again, he able to step away from that and pick up some good yardage.
The fans on the Seminole side trying to urge the defense on. Another play or two to preserve the shutout. Streets going to the end zone and incomplete.
Overthrown again.
Caldwell with Robinson defending. Incomplete, 4 seconds remaining. And we make it a field goal attempt, Dale, as I see a couple of new people coming out for the Devils, and very possibly a field goal attempt, and a lengthy one it will be, as Rick Meade will put the tee down at the 25-yard line, and a 35-yard attempt as the Devils try to salvage a little something offensively here in a mistake-prone first half. From this position on the field with 4 seconds left, the fake would be a little bit risky. So Ryan Caldwell will hold. Meade will attempt to kick. He has a great leg. And his kick is right through there.
Nice kick.
35 yards with plenty to spare by Rick Meade. So the first half is over. And quite a first half it's been. Monroe Central 21, Beallsville 3.
Let Swiss Lands really help you find what you need. A beautifully landscaped lawn surrounds this house in Woodsfield. The property is on 2 lots and has a huge 2-stall garage. Inside, this 3-bedroom ranch has 2.5 baths, a large living room, kitchen dining area, a storage room, and a utility room. New cool vent windows and new doors, another big plus. Beautifully maintained, this home is ready for you to unlock the door and move in. We take listings on all types of property at Swiss Lands Realty, 472-0614.
Are you just too busy these days? Do you intend to buy a car to go shopping for a gift for that special occasion, but you just never get that round to it? Call Woodsfield Greenhouse and let them take care of all your gift-giving needs. For birthdays, anniversaries, congratulations, or just because, send a fresh cut or silk bouquet with a balloon. Or how about a planner for new babies, get well, or funerals? For home or office, treat yourself to wreaths, swags, and floor plants. And of course, we do weddings and give free delivery in town. Let Woodsfield Greenhouse work for you.
Thinking of building, buying, or remodeling? We can help with the cash you need at Woodsfield Savings and Loan, 105 West Court Street. We offer prompt, expert service and make every attempt to avoid red tape. We make it easy to obtain a mortgage loan or to receive a construction loan for the house of your dreams. Come to Woodsfield Savings and Loan for help with your future as we prepare for our future, facility and services. A new location, drive-through convenience and checking, but that same personal attention you've always counted on from Woodsfield Savings and Loan. Most of us don't spend a lot of time thinking about septic service until we really need it. Sparky Septic Service is there when you need them with liquid waste removal, septic tank cleaning, or portable toilets. Sparky serves Eastern Ohio and the Northern Panhandle. When you need portable toilets for special events, call them at 472-0525. Remember their motto, in our business, a flush beats a full house.
We're ready for period number 3. The halftime score once again, Monroe Central 21, Beallsville 3. The Seminoles will receive to start the second half. Statistically, Dustin Robertson with 69 yards rushing on 13 carries to lead the Seminoles. Joe Crest 4-4 passing for 50 yards. Meade's kick on the ground. It will be picked up on the far side by Leisure. He'll be knocked down by, can't really see the number, look over there on the right, the 34-yard line. Looks like number 2, Luke Caldwell, in the tackle. They'll put the ball just shy of the 35-yard line. It's for the Seminoles. Bells are out 25 offensive plays in the first half. 18 passes, 7 runs. 3 of the 7 runs were scrambles. So only 4 running plays. Shoemaker, a couple of yards to the 37-yard line. Luke with just 5 carries in the first half for 17 yards. As the Devil defense keying on him a great deal. 2 yards by Shoemaker, second down and 8. Again with the slot formation to the right, backs in the eye. Crest to throw. Complete to Leisure. He'll step away and be brought down by Street.
Colby Street.
the ball
Abrick
up.
also there, but coach is calling for a late hit. Nothing called. Did you get warm, Coach?
Well, I went down off the top of this press box at halftime where the wind didn't seem to be hitting and got my hands warmed up a little bit. But as soon as I come back up here, didn't help, did it? And I remembered where I'd been. Todd Fleming is with Channel 9 down there talking about how cold it is in the booth. I asked him if he wanted to come up top for the second half, and he declined.
He's walking up here. We'll
slot left for the Seminoles on 3rd and 3. Robinson, they'll break a tackle, get the first down, and
first down plus.
And first down, Blue Devil territory. Tyler Davis on the tackle. That'll be the 47-yard line for Robinson, and a first down.
Good extra effort there by Dustin as he picked up good yardage after the initial hit. He was hit at the line.
I guess the discussion around downstairs during halftime was the merits of the field goal attempt by Beallsville, which I think that's a good call to get some points before halftime and to try to cut into the lead just a little bit.
And a tremendous kick by Meade.
The option to left side, Robinson. Again, 89 yards.
Close to that first down.
They come down on Kress. Made him pitch the ball, and Will Robinson just turned upfield on this soft track, and that's a nice yardage. And 8 yards for second down and 2. I just look around behind us here, and I notice my good friend Rich Gibson from the Times Leader has tried to find another spot for the second half. So I'm not sure. The main level of this press box is pretty crowded. Robinson again, not much this time. He'll be brought down by a whole group of Devils in the center line. Hudson, Abrig on that play, along with number 50, who I don't think we have called off in tonight. Tommy Malott, 5'11", 215-pound sophomore. So another big third down by the Seminoles. This drive is taking a little more than 3 minutes off the clock. Now at the 37-yard line. Shoemaker. First down. You can see the Devils starting to cheat up on the inside positions there. Their linebackers. Luke just kind of stepped to the outside and picked up about 3 yards on the play. He'll be just inside the 35-yard line, but another big third down conversion for the Seminoles. So on first down, we get Robinson on the wing with the power formation in the backfield. And a play for Shoemaker in an incomplete pass.
A lot of pressure there, but number 32, Jason Abrick on Kress.
I think Geese was the intended receiver. He had Robinson deep, but really not a chance to look around and see what was there. That would be the first incompletion of the evening for Kress. It's all 4 of his passes in the first half were complete for about 50 yards, including 2 to Lazier, 1 for a touchdown. 2nd and 10. We get a slot formation to the right. Lazier wide out. Kress to throw. Trying to set up a screen. He'll throw it to Kramer. And nothing going. Matter of fact, a loss of a couple yards.
58, Clint Abbott, and number 50, Tommy Malott. The stop,
and that is
a loss.
Kramer, a loss of a couple of yards. Back to the 37. That play just didn't look good from the start.
Just a little out of sync there.
Almost looked like a little triple screen where Shoemaker was out one side, Robinson the other, Kramer in the middle, and nothing was really there. So really been better off if that had been incomplete. 3rd and long. And some pressure by Kress, and he'll be sacked. That's Jason Abrick coming in almost untouched from the outside. And that's a big loss now, back about 11-yard loss back to the 47-yard line. and now will force the Seminoles to punt the ball.
Great defensive play there by Abrick as he just busted through.
Abrick coming in from his left defensive end position and really untouched. Kress had nothing to do except to go down. No pressure. The kick is high and short,
kick.
offside and out of bounds, and about the 27, 28 yard line. So only about a 20-yard punt by Kramer is once again, when you try to kick the ball off just the near side, the wind is going to push the ball a little bit further out of bounds because the wind goes very strong across the field. So at the 5.5 minutes off the third period clock with the Seminoles with a 21-3 lead with no points to show for it. We'll see what kind of offensive adjustments Beallsville made after 4 first-half turnovers. Street goes to keep, he's hit, and he breaks the tackles, and still on his feet. He'll get near 8 yards. Several Seminoles had a shot at him, but not able to get him down. They'll put the ball at the 37-yard line. Some 9 yards on the keeper by Street. 2nd and 1.
A tremendous pickup on a play that looked like it was going to be caught for a sack behind the line. But with very, very little gain. Big play by Colby Street.
This is
nice looking sophomore.
This is when this type of an offensive unit can be very dangerous. They'll go safe and Street will run a sneaker. And the quarterback keep will get the first down near the 40-yard line. I was about to say that 2nd down and yards when an offense, especially a passing offense such as Beallsville's, can be very dangerous. But the Devils electing to go with a very conservative call, get their first down, and now go again. First and 10, Street with no backs in the backfield. He'll be brought down. Chad Yoho. He had some help from Sam Scott initially, but Chad Yoho with the sack as he had a hold of Street's foot and brought him down for a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15. And the first big defensive play of the second half by the Seminoles and senior veteran Chad Yoho.
As again, the seniors stepping up and Chad doing a great job getting through for the sack. 4:50 remaining in this third quarter.
Street, the quick out to Caldwell. He's still on his feet with Robinson a hold of his leg. He'll get just past the original line of scrimmage. Now bring up 3rd and about 9. 6-yard pickup. Just a quick out or a quick screen type play to Caldwell.
Throw it out there and let Caldwell show his speed and agility.
Well, that's another favorite play of the years by the Blue Devils. They've had some very good wide receivers over the years. And you get a block from another wide receiver, and then you're on your own, and it's very capable of being a big play. 3rd and 9. Street to throw. There's some pressure from Sam Scott, and the ball is incomplete, intended for Caldwell. Weddle nearly had a hand on it, but Sam Scott with some pressure on, he put a pretty good hit on Colby Street. And that'll bring up a 4th down punting situation for Beallsville.
Another big play there. Sam Scott getting through, and that pressure means a lot. You don't always get to the quarterback, but a lot of times that pressure causes
I think a lot of times when you make a hit on especially a young quarterback like Street, that can go a long way. And Street will now be in punt formation. And a little bit of pressure. And the kick is short and out of bounds once again. John Shoemaker putting some pressure on. They'll mark it out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And that's, again, about a 20-yard punt. So the average has not been real good on the kicking game as the Devils have opted to try to kick everything out of bounds away from Robinson and Kramer. But the defense of the Seminoles once again holding. as they'll take over again with 3:54 left in the third quarter, still leading 21-3. Robinson hit the backfield. He's still on his feet. It's still on his feet. And that's it. He's gone. 61.
He's gone.
59 yards. Dustin Robinson, and a great crackback block by Keith Lazier to eliminate the last man. I don't think Dustin was going to need that last block with his speed, but what a night Dustin Robinson is having here this evening.
Dustin's having a career this evening, Coach.
That long run right there will put him over 100 yards. Unofficially 148. The kick is good. And just like that, 3:39 remaining third period. Seminoles 28, Blue Devils 3. And I don't have the, all the yearly stats right in front of me, but if that 148 yards also will put Dustin very, very near that 1,000-yard mark. And I know that's something that the Seminoles very much wanted to get to tonight, was Dustin needed, I think, just over 150 yards. And in order to have both your running backs over 1,000 yards during the regular season. And very quickly we'll go through the stats here. Those network guys all have people to provide that information for them. He had 841 yards coming in. That was 159 short, so he would be 11 yards shy of 1,000. If we're accurate. If we're accurate. I did all that without a calculator.
That's good. That's why you get the big bucks, Coach.
So, I go down and talk to all the fans that have all the answers at halftime. One thing we talked about was, getting a quick score on the board when we talked about taking that opening possession down, which did not happen. But, you take the second possession down, one play, 60 yards, and you're now in pretty good shape. Short kick once again by Crest to Average. He'll be at the 45-yard line. I kind of like that long kick that we had earlier.
Yeah, I did too, but Coach electing now the last two times to go to that short, and Averett getting them in good field position here. They're going to be at the 44, almost 45-yard line.
Since we're doing math without calculators, the 28-3 is a 25-point spread. That means that the Blue Devils will have to get to the end zone 4 times to have a chance to win this game. Street will throw, that's no surprise. Pressure, and nowhere near Shoemaker and Trigg were the closest people to the ball, but not a white jersey anywhere around. There was some good pressure once again as Street picks himself up off the ground. Not real sure.
Coach, as you were talking, sometimes a hit will make a young quarterback think, and I think that may be exactly what happened there.
We start feeling that pressure a little bit.
We're getting all ready here, Coach. We got a blanket. We'll get over us, and I don't know if people can see hear how we're jittering and how cold it is. But
I hope my teeth aren't chattering too much. I thought I had plenty of clothes on. And some movement,
but there was no flags.
A late flag. And I'm not real sure whether a flag really should be thrown in that situation. And there will be an encouragement and the reaction to the movement. So encouragement call against the Seminoles because the man for Beallsville, Abrig, that moved is able, since he was back, to reset, and that's what he did, is reset. The ball still might have been snapped, but I think someone along the front line for the Knowles must have moved.
Thought the play was dead and moved into the...
So second down 5. Street on the drive, need nothing wrong. Brick wall.
Coming up is
Brewer, I believe. Yeah, Shoemaker and Brewer, I believe. 66 Brewer had the first hit right there as Meade tried to step to the outside. Brewer was right there, the loss of 3 yards on the play to bring up 3rd and 8. Again, once you've thrown the ball so many times, the draw play is a good play, but you have to get by that first wave of defensive players, and Boyer able to make the play. 2 receivers left for the Devils this time. Straight back to throw.
Again, pressure.
He's going down the middle. Nowhere near his intended receiver, Caldwell.
And again, Colby Street taking a big hit. Kramer coming from this side.
Looked like Kramer put a big hit on Street, and the Seminole defensive front now have been able to unload on Street 3 or 4 times.
And I would say you're probably going to see him unloading the ball possibly a lot sooner from this point on.
Thus far, a great effort by the Seminole defense. Just the one field goal right before halftime. But a lot of time left, 2:27 in the third period. But the Seminoles have held and are going to get the ball back. I would look for a fake punt sometime before the evening's over, like right now.
Like right here.
Sure. Throw, and Sam Scott made the play back there.
Other than the field goal, Coach, it has not been a good evening for Beallsville offensively.
Well, I could have bet anything that the fake punt was coming at some time. I looked for it in the first half even. It's been a staple in games like this, the fakes. Coach Caldwell, they spend a lot of time on specialties and fakes, and I knew it was coming at some time. But it's great field position by the Seminoles, and a chance to put this game away.
Robinson again
is on the way again, and Seminoles to the end zone. Mr. Robinson's neighborhood tonight, Dale.
What an evening for this young man.
But that definitely will put Dustin Robinson over 1,000 yards. He'll join Shoemaker. And even though Luke has not carried a lot tonight and has no more than maybe 20 yards rushing himself, there's not a happier guy down there on the Seminole team for his teammate than Luke Shoemaker.
Exactly right.
Chris's kick, it's definitely not the prettiest kick of the night, but very effective. So 1:50 left in the third quarter. Seminoles with 2 third period touchdowns on long runs by Robinson, and it's 35-3.
Unbelievable, Coach. You just stop and think now, Dustin, I can't even put together everything he's done tonight. 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. How many scores? 1, 2,
I think when
3 scores.
I think when the Wheeling Intelligence are middle of the week, when they have their linemen and backs of the week, when big school there at the middle of the week, I think there's a real good chance that Dustin Robinson's picture will be there. Sam Scott was lineman of the week last week, so I'd say Dustin has a good chance to be there, and hopefully a Times Leader Athlete of the week, since Rich Gibson, who works in that area for their paper, is here. It was just a superb night for Robinson. That's about unofficial 180 yards, and
What an evening, what an evening.
3 touchdowns, not to mention the two interceptions and the fumble recovery.
Now, Coach, I'll tell you what, over and above all of that, I hope everyone saw the show Thursday night and saw Dustin Robinson speak. Just a tremendous, tremendous young man as he, led the team there and talked to wishing Mrs. C a happy birthday, and just such a quality young man. There was no dry eye in the studio that night.
Shoemaker's kick out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and I'm not sure how he got the ball to do that. The wind blowing right at us and the ball hooked right into the wind. That looked very funny.
Looked like it was going to be a long one if it had come this way.
So the Blue Devils will have their choice of a re-kick or to take the ball at the 35-yard line. And we'll see what they wish to do. And I believe they're going to take the ball at the 35-yard line. So the Devils, who've been throwing on nearly every play, finding themselves now down 35-3. Street will throw the quick out to Caldwell, and he'll be hit and driven out of bounds by Joe Kress.
Joe Kress put a big hit.
Out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 40-yard line, pick up of 5 yards. And you get to this situation as we near the end of the third quarter where these young men, these seniors, can really taste what they have on the line tonight. We're just looking at our stat sheet here. Robinson for the year now with 8 interceptions and 1,000 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns tonight. I think gives him 18 touchdowns for the year. The quick out the other side to that ball. And they're going to call it with the officials. I looked at the ball off of Caldwell's hands. A Seminole right on it. May have been Shoemaker just in case. But the official, after a small delay, did signal incomplete pass.
I'm not too sure I agree with that, but it's he's closer to it on the field than I am.
I will say this, Dale, this blanket helps quite a bit.
This blanket was a good idea. I sent Joe down to the car. I knew we had a blanket down there, and she brought her heater, and she put it in the little booth here, and it's nice and toasty in there. It's quite a change from last evening. We were out here at the bonfire in shirt sleeves to a very cold Friday evening, but this is Beallsville time.
Street fakes the quick out. He's going deep, and the ball is caught by number 1, Tyler Davis, in front of Kress.
Joe Kress going up, and both of them coming down with it. And of course, possession going to Tyler Davis with a nice...
Again, some good pressure on Street. He just threw it up in the air, and Davis able to outleap the Kress for the ball.
25 yards on it?
Yes. So 1:14 clock running. Street fakes. He wants to throw. And Shoemaker throwing to the ground. Right in the Seminole emblem in the middle of the field. They'll put him down up near the 45-yard line to Luke Shoemaker on the blitz. Something we've not seen a lot tonight. Coach Singleton kind of rolled the dice to get some extra pressure in there, and it paid off that time. And the sack all the way back to the 45 for a loss of 10. Sometimes you have to gamble as a defensive coordinator, and if you're right, the result's a big loss. If you're wrong,
hopefully somebody in the secondary pick you up.
But that time, it was right. Street to throw again. He's going to rifle down the middle and complete. That's number 9, Chris Stewart.
And on the stop, Dustin Robinson.
That's a big gain of a little more than 20 yards and a first down for the Devils.
Second big passing play in this quarter. We still got 19 seconds as they move the chains.
The people on the hillside in this end zone have been very happy because all 5 Seminole touchdowns, I believe, have occurred.
Coming right at them.
To our right on the baseball end. Street to throw. Good pressure from Scott.
He steps again, but he'll be down.
Will make the hit along with Burr, but about everybody on that front line. Scott, Yoho, Kramer, Dimmerling, Burr all had a piece of that at some times as we have reached the end of period number 3. And all Seminoles once again tonight. Monroe Central 35, Beallsville 3.
At West 78 Auto Sales, we'll take anything on trade. Well, almost anything. If you're looking for a used car that fits your budget, West 78 Auto can fix you right up. Stop by and ask Dale about our financing. You buy here, you pay here. And on your way to or from the car lot, why not have a bite to eat at Hometown Restaurant, where home cooking is just like Grandma used to make. The mashed potatoes are real, the gravy doesn't come from a jar, and the homemade soup simmers to perfection. West 78 Auto at Hometown Restaurant in Woodsfield. Westcourt Hair Fashion's newly named but the same in advanced high-tech hair care products and services. Westcourt is staffed with 10 highly qualified technicians to serve their clients' different needs. Products sold only in the finest salons include Nexus, Paul Mitchell, Mercado, each with a money-back guarantee. To keep that healthy look all year round, 2 Wolf tanning beds along with the best tanning and skincare products. Call 472-5350 today to get a new you and a new name. Westcourt Hair Fashions.
On November 7th, you have an important decision to make about the quality of education in the Switzerland of Ohio schools. There are 3,122 talented students counting on you to make a wise choice. These students are 3,122 reasons to vote yes for new textbooks, for computers and instructional material, and for critical building repairs. Give our students the tools needed to compete with anybody, anywhere, anytime. Support quality education. Vote yes on November 7th. Thank you for your support.
You know, Dale, over the last 6 weeks, the Seminole defense has given up very few points. And just 3 points thus far tonight. And early in the year, I don't think anybody would have thought this. Street, the long throw for Caldwell. He has the ball caught out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
That was a nice play. That developed right here ahead of us, and nice thrown pass and nice catch by Ryan Caldwell.
If the Devils should get in the end zone here, it may be the first touchdown that the first defensive unit has given up since the Caldwell game. And that was a long, long time ago. But hopefully the Seminoles can step up and keep the Devils off the board at 35-3 at this moment as we've just started the 4th period. And whistles, there's movement along the front of the Beallsville line, and that will cost them 5 yards. And the right guard, I believe, moved, and now back the ball up to the 9-yard line.
Again, not a real smart thing there as they shoot themselves in the foot down here, you know, at 1st and goal.
The 2 previous Beallsville losses at Frontier, 15-0, and also at Caldwell, 24-7. The Blue Devils really hurt themselves with penalties. Not as bad tonight, but a couple of costly penalties and the 4 big first half turnovers. 1st and goal from the 9. 2 receivers wide right. Street to throw. He'll go for the short man, incomplete.
Ball overthrown. Rob Trigg was right there.
Meade was the intended receiver.
Looking at the score sheet again, Coach, Robinson had 15 TDs going into tonight, so he's up to 18.
Yes.
3. And how many total points?
A lot.
A lot. And 94 total points going into tonight. What an evening for Dustin Robinson.
2nd down goal at the 9. The quick screen again to Caldwell and brought down by Robinson. And Dustin a little slow getting up. And even this cold, cold night, a cramp could be the problem. And notice, you know, right there as the Robinson made that play, Ryan Carter reached over and tapped him on the helmet to just say, a nice play.
Nice job.
Acknowledgement of the great performance that Robinson has had thus far tonight.
He has certainly had some evening.
So the coaching staff out to take a look as Dustin Robinson is down the field. So back to action, Robinson up and off the field, no problem. As he comes off the field under his own power, and Dr. Snyder will take a look at him down here, but usually thinking there's cramps on those 75-degree humid nights in September. Street to throw, Street down, Shoemaker and Dillon. As Chris Nibbering does the sack dance and bring up 4th down. And after a 1st and goal at the 4, the Devils now at 4th and goal with the ball.
4th and goal with
the
way
11,
back.
maybe the 12-yard line. 4th and goal from the 11. Caldwell wide left. Davis wide right. Street to throw. He goes to the corner of the end zone for Caldwell, and complete touchdown, Ryan Caldwell. They just run that fade pattern or cone to the corner. It's all timing let the receiver adjust, and Ryan Caldwell makes the play, and he's had a nice night.
He certainly has.
A well-thrown ball and a nice catch by Ryan Caldwell. It's 34-9 as Meade prepares to kick the extra point. It's 115 yards receiving for Ryan Caldwell tonight and a touchdown. They're back-to-back great years by Ryan Caldwell. A fake, and they'll come on the reverse to Street. He'll throw to the end zone. The ball's tipped and knocked around like a pinball and incomplete.
Defenders everywhere tipping that ball, and still almost came up with it in the end zone was, I believe, Tyler Davis.
I think Street recognized the fact that there wasn't much to go on there, but he knew he couldn't run it in, so knowing it was an extra point or an interception doesn't count anything. He just reared back and rifled it in there, and 2 or 3 people had a hand on it, but the ball goes as incomplete. The try for the points fails, so at 10:30 remaining in the game, it's 35-9 Seminoles. And I would be ready for an onside kick. We'll see what kind of unit the Seminoles put out there if they put their good hands group up front.
I believe that's what you're seeing here is you've got...
the first thing we need to do is move our front line up to the 50-yard line as they now get up there. The front line of Leisure, Shoemaker, Robinson, Kramer, and Weddle. And the second line, I see Ludwig. And I can't really see to tell who everyone is. But again, we have 10 people up close to the ball. The ball needs to cross the 50-yard line before the Devils can recover it. As Meade has placed the ball on the ground against the tee, not sitting on the tee. And they'll shift to the left side. Everyone on the other side. And the kick is recovered by Will Weddle. An excellent job by Weddle stepping up and making that recovery before it goes 10 yards where you know you can get it. Unlike everyone down here who maybe saw the Browns play over the weekend and watched Andre Rison back away from the ball and let the Bengals recover an onside kick. Weddle took charge and went up and made the play.
So we'll have good field position here inside the 49-yard line. 10 minutes, 20 seconds on this cold Friday evening in November.
Because if nothing more, that when the Seminoles have the ball, we know some time is going to go off the clock. Because the Devils would be throwing the ball and out of bounds and incompletes, the time would move very slowly. Speaking of throwing, Crest to throw. And incomplete. They tried to get to Leisure on the side. Ten minutes even remaining. And all of a sudden, I think the wind is blowing even harder.
Right in my face.
If anybody out there has an extra $100,000 that they don't know what to do with and would like to donate it to the athletic department or to the...
Put up a nice field house here, a nice stadium.
We put home bleachers on the far side and a new press box, and then the wind would be at our back. Shoemaker. We'll cut nice hole, 40, and 35, still running to the 38-yard line. Make it the 33-yard line. 17 yards by Shoemaker. We haven't heard a lot out of Shoemaker tonight, but maybe we have worn things down. Shoemaker can help run a little time off the clock and get us in the end zone one more time.
Hudson hanging on Shoemaker's legs as he just continued to go inside the 35, 34-yard line. 9:35 remaining.
As I look around, I see the hillside looks like it's cleared out a little bit on the far side of the field, and now a lot of people have opted to go home and listen to the end of the game on the radio.
Dustin Robinson.
So Robinson will get to the 31-yard line. Some 3 yards on the play.
Abrick on the stop. Dustin again. He's carried the leather a lot this evening.
We'll check here and see how many carries for Robinson thus far this evening. 19 carries for Robinson thus far this evening. 2nd down and 7. Wishbone formation in the backfield. Option right. Kress pitches to Robinson. Nothing going. He'll get past the line of scrimmage and get a couple of yards out of nothing before being driven out of bounds by Davis. And notice he's not out of bounds as the official signals to keep the clock running. And Robinson gets up limping a little bit as he comes back to the huddle.
And again, Dustin just making something out of what looked like nothing. Looked like he's going to be caught average there and couldn't wrap him up. Davis taking him after a nice gain, couple yards, possibly 3 yards.
3rd and 5. The ball out just inside the 30-yard line. Big pitch. Go for intended for Geese. The ball's intercepted by Davis. He has some speed and some running room over here to the right side across midfield.
Going to try to cut back
and be brought down by Shoemaker at the 25-yard line. With a big turnover right there, and the first Seminole turnover of the evening. As we tried to hit Monroe Geese across the middle. And Robertson once again down as he was blocked and tried to make that tackle. But an interception and nice return by Tyler Davis. As Robertson will come out. He'll be replaced by Kramer in the secondary as Leisure will take over the defensive end position. Right for that same pattern again for Caldwell, and intercepted by Kress. They're trying to get up the right sideline. And they're going to be going at the 27-yard line, the 5th Beallsville turnover of the evening.
I believe we have a flag thrown in the middle of that melee,
and we'll see what happens. As we do in fact have the flag down at the point of the tackle. And official Jack Fetterman signals clip against Monroe Central. But more importantly, the Seminoles will take over
possession here. The return of interception.
I see Kramer going into the game now, so he was not in on that last defensive possession there. I'm not sure who our extra secondary people were at that time. But Kress with the interception, the 4th interception and the 5th turnover that Beallsville has had.
I believe that's Kress's 5th for the year. If the paper's correct, I had him down for 4.
So that will put the Seminoles back at the 15-yard line, but the clock running at 7:10. And Shoemaker, and he gets tied up in traffic, is down. Looks like he was tripped up by possibly number 2, Luke Caldwell. About 5 yards out near the 19-yard line. 35-9. Seminoles. I keep waiting here, Dale. How soon do we need to wait before we can talk about some other formalities that need to be taken care of?
I don't know. I'm just thinking that'll be pretty soon here.
A couple more first downs.
This one is well in hand, 35-9.
Kress is hit in the backfield and brought down by number 58.
Clint Abbott.
Clint Abbott making the tackle in the backfield and a loss for Kress.
Well, it's 6-11 here, Coach. 35-9. It would take pretty much a miracle for Beallsville to come back, and it's been an impressive game thus far this evening, no matter how the last 6 minutes goes, 5 minutes goes for the Seminoles. They've come out and done what they had to. The first 2 series looked like they might be stymied a little bit, but they certainly turned it around. And of course, Caldwell helped with, some poor play on their side.
Kress going deep. Beautiful pass. 45-yard line. We'll get the yardage on that play of 41 yards. And we'll get a total yardage of Joe Kress passing so far tonight would be as 94. And where's your stat sheet at, Dale? have a short timeout as we have an injured Seminole down on the sideline.
I believe Keith Lazier is down after the hit. They just announced Dustin Robinson's 1,000 yards.
And I believe that will put Crest right around that 1,000 yards passing for the season. Okay, so he may just be a little bit short.
Keith is up here on the sideline. He took quite a hit there. A beautiful play. Shoemaker straight up the middle, rough yardage.
I did see one paper this week that had Crest listed at just over 900 yards on that. So depending on whose stats we want to look at.
These came out of the Marietta Times.
And Beallsville putting a lot of subs in the game. And Coach Acosta calling timeout. And he's going to get a JV unit ready to come into the ball game also as Beallsville has put in their subs. So 4 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. We'll take a timeout for this.
That probably ain't all it's beat red.
At 35-9, Coach Caldwell and the Blue Devils putting in mostly young players. The Seminoles doing likewise now, 2nd and 6. Josh Jones will get a carry. He'll be near the 35-yard line. So what does this game mean? Well, for number one, Monroe Central outright champions of the PVC, undefeated regular season and undefeated in conference play. The school's first PVC title outright. But more importantly, what this means is a berth in next week's state playoffs. So we'll have one more game next week as Jamie Sampson gets the carry and the first down inside the 30-yard line. So we'll be somewhere next week.
Yeah.
And
big time, Coach. This is a tremendous time of the year for young athletes as they get into the postseason and looking at continued play.
So the official notification of who and when and where and all that will come out on Sunday afternoon. I'll give you some more information right after this play. Ludwig hands to Jones.
Nice hole for Jones.
And he's at the 24-yard line. But from the information I've been able to gather from the state, the game would be on Friday evening of next week. You know, the possibilities of who and where are too numerous to go into at this time. I'm sure that Coach Winland will be around and they'll get some announcements made as far as advanced sale of tickets. We urge people to get out and buy those tickets in advance after the announcement is made because the school realizes a little bit more profit from your advanced ticket sales. So come on out next week, wherever we're at, and bring some friends.
Another nice hole on the right side for Josh Jones. We're at the 3-minute mark.
Just short of the first down, the ball at the 20-yard line. So we get more people running into the game. A lot of handshakes all the way around down here on the sideline. Now, I can't really wait to get inside and talk to some of these young men. A lot of talk this week about, what do you think about the game? And the potential is there for it to be another one of them close nail biters like we had early in the year. But I also felt that the potential was here for this to happen. would be the ball carrier inside the 20, and he has his first down at the 17, make it the 18-yard line. But I really felt the potential was here that if we played well for this kind of thing to happen. And very few penalties, just one turnover, while Beallsville turned it over 5 times, and just a superb effort by a lot of people, the offensive line in particular, and Dustin Robertson individually, and the defensive unit as a whole to limit Beallsville to just 1 score and 1 field goal. James once again inside the 15.
And that is the key, Coach. You know, you look at the stats for the evening, you know, Beallsville coming in, a nice team, but the mistakes were there, and it just didn't happen this evening. And of course, we hope to think that a lot of that's caused by good Seminole defense and nice play by our Seminoles.
I really think that at the beginning of the year, if you would have mentioned a lot of people at Beallsville that your team would be 7-2 entering into week 10 with a chance to go to the playoffs, a lot of people probably would have been very skeptical. You know, another fine job with the Beallsville coaching staff, you know, getting a lot out of their individual talent and some nice role players. But, you know, tonight it just wasn't to be, but a fine 7-3 season by a really very young Beallsville team. They lose some very good seniors in Abrig and Meade and Caldwell and Glockfeldy, among a couple others. See Tony Moore also listed, Chunk Hudson, the seniors. Just 6 seniors currently on their roster. You know, and you have a sophomore quarterback to build around for next year. But a gang and effort during the course of the season by Beallsville. Ben Miller will get the carry as the JVs opening up some nice holes against the JVs.
Still with 40 seconds remaining in the ball game.
We'll get probably one more play. Unofficially tonight, Dustin Robertson, 20 carries, 185 yards. Less than 20 seconds, one more play. Jones off the right side. He'll be brought down.
Still trying.
As he'll be very close to the goal line. Clock will stop with 5 seconds left, but that's going to do it. As we look over to see Coach Caldwell and his staff starting this way. And that's the ball game.
And the celebrations begin, Coach. What an evening for Dustin Robinson and the Monroe Central Seminoles.
The Seminoles 10-0 season, and that's a happy young man as they feel that they had some unfinished business from last year. And handshakes out in the middle of the field, sportsmanship all the way around. But a super job with Seminoles, 19-1 over the regular season over the last 2 years. I guess what remains to be is something on the plus side in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that step starts next week, Coach.
But we're definitely in. Potential opponents, we could be anywhere from 1st to 3rd, depending on what happens in other games. If we would finish 1st or 2nd, a possible opponent would be Crooksville. Also possible Steubenville Central or Lisbon. And if by some miracle that Martins Ferry would happen to upset Bellaire, then Martins Ferry definitely gets into the picture as they would clinch that 4th spot and Crooksville would be out. But as I said, a lot of possibilities, so I guess tune into the news on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening unless you have the ability to get a hold of a player and find out what's going on. Also, George Callis at 12 noon on Sunday on his show on Channel 9 might have some approximate information. I plan on tuning in the radio Saturday afternoon to John Simonson as they do the Bellaire and Martins Ferry game.
Because he always has some information.
Has some updated information on that. But as I said before, all I know is we'll be somewhere.
So that next step, the celebration on the field, Coach, this is what the entire year is all about. You know, as fans and the team get together, knowing that they do have a tomorrow tremendous evening for Monroe Central Seminole football.
We'll go ahead and sign off here and maybe get a chance to look at a little bit of footage as we go out. Reminding you once again, final score Monroe Central 35, Beallsville 9. And we'll see you next week with some playoff football.